gang. Hey, foodie gang. Hey, foodie gang. Welcome back to 907 Good Eats. This particular segment is called Time for Tea at 907 Good Eats. And I got my tea right here because we're going to get right into it. And it is a lot. So strap on your seatbelts and let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about super chef known as Darnell Ferguson. Okay, so I reported on the story about a year ago when the charges were first brought against him. Now, in today's time, he accepted a plea deal, causing us to look back at the whole situation because it is absolutely crazy what I found out when I started researching it. So let's get into it. Also, we did go over the subject with the Foodie Gang Food Panel, and to get our live reaction, watch the video that is tagged in the video description. And we really break this subject down. And you're also going to hear from the Empty Stomach podcast about what they think. But without further ado, let me get that video pulled up and we're going to get right into it. Here we go.
On the WHAS 1119, the head of Kentucky's Department of Community-Based Services is following the domestic violence case against Superchef Darnell Ferguson closely. And she's telling us tonight, based on the charges, that woman is still in danger. Meantime, Ferguson faced a judge who told him she's been to his restaurants. WHAS 1119's Taylor Woods is here now with the details in this case. Taylor?
Well, Doug, Darnell Ferguson's attorney wanted his bond lower than $10,000, but the judge didn't let his popularity move her decision due to the strangulation charge he is facing.
No joke. Everybody thought I was joking. They thought I was joking. The Food Network chasing the papers.
Known for his two restaurants now closed, Drippin' Crab and Super Chefs, along with being host of Food.
Okay, I don't know what he just said there, but he said something, and he has two restaurants that are now closed.
Network Super Chef grudge match. Darnell Ferguson's life and career took a turn to jail.
Ferguson?
In court, the 36-year-old is now facing several charges, including burglary, strangulation, and terroristic threatening. Court documents say Ferguson.
Wow. Those are some serious charges. It is shocking how one moment you could be on Food Network, you could have two restaurants that closed, they didn't specify why, and then now you know it, you're facing all these serious charges such as strangulation, terroristic threats. Let's get back into the story.
Illegally entered a woman's home, punching walls and choking her neck. St. Matthews police say Ferguson threatened to kill her.
And I'm certainly aware of Mr. Ferguson. I am actually watching his show right now on television with my kids.
But Judge Ann Delahanty didn't let that.
I do not like how that judge mentioned that, and I think that that is very unprofessional of her to mention that. We're actually watching it right now. That has nothing to do with anything. You need to treat him like he's a regular citizen, and I'm surprised she even made a statement like that as a judge. That was wild.
Stop her from setting a bond.
However, my decision is I'm going to treat Mr. Ferguson like any other person who would walk in here. Ordinarily, I would set a strangulation bond at $10,000.
Darnell Ferguson's attorney says Ferguson and the woman have 3 children together, and they were exchanging children when another person was found inside a home. That's when the dispute happened.
Okay. I like it. They were exchanging the children while another person was found inside of the home. Now, if he over there, Darnell, if this is his estranged wife, ex-wife, they're not together, then it should be no problem that there's somebody else in the house. Unless there was double dipping and she was with both of them, which is what I believe, in my opinion, is what occurred here. She was clearly with both of them at the time. He saw that man in there with his kids, and he flipped out, is what it sounds like. But let's see what he has to say for himself.
When somebody has a gun or begins to strangulate, your chances of getting killed go up exponentially.
The former CEO of the Center for Women and Families and current deputy of Kentucky's community-based services, Marta Miranda Straub, says this is common for domestic violence victims.
We start feeling guilty. We start feeling responsible.
The woman told authorities she couldn't breathe and lost consciousness. When she regained consciousness, she said she was on the floor and Ferguson allegedly ripped off her shorts.
This dynamic is about power and control. The most loss of control is when that person is leaving them. Either they're going to go to shelter or they're going to get a divorce or they start dating someone else.
In court, Judge Delahanty had the last word.
A condition that he not be around his ex-wife at this time.
And Darnell Ferguson pleaded not guilty in court today.
Okay, so there you have it. He pled not guilty to the charges that he was accused of. And you have his ex-wife or estranged wife, whatever you want to call it, saying that he did these things, right? All normal, all justified. But wait, there's more. She then later took back her statement and alleged that the things that were being said were because the police were pressuring her to say those things and that they misinterpreted her words, right? I'm going to play that video for you here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get into that video.
We just got an update on the criminal case involving local celebrity and Food Network star Darnell Superchef Ferguson. He was indicted earlier this year on allegations that he broke into his estranged wife's apartment and then assaulted her. But today, for the very first time, the alleged victim in the case gave her account of what happened. Ward Jollis has more in this Wave News Alert.
Yeah, Josh, it is a twist in the case we did not see coming. Darnell Ferguson's wife, the woman who all of this allegedly happened to, released a statement today through her attorney claiming that there was no assault or burglary in the first place and that the police have twisted her words to paint Darnell Ferguson as a criminal. Ferguson is accused of breaking into her apartment while she was asleep and then assaulting, strangling, and threatening.
Hold on. This video here says it happened while she was asleep. The first video said it happened when they were exchanging the children. Which one is it? If you're going to accuse this man of all these things, shouldn't you have the facts right? And what do you guys think about the wife taking her story back? Comment down below and let me know if you believe the wife's first story or her second story. I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comment section about what you're thinking about the wife. So let me know.
Threatening her. He was supposedly trying to drop off his kids at the time. His wife, though, is now saying that there was no break-in and that the two, despite their struggles, had gotten to a point in their relationship where they felt comfortable going to and from each other's homes. She also said Ferguson simply pushed her and that there was no strangulation. But perhaps the most interesting part of this whole statement is about what she said about detectives' involvement in the case. She said in part, quote, "I believe my words were twisted by certain law enforcement officials who are looking to make a name for themselves, and that I also never wanted to take an emergency protective order against Darnell, but the detective made me." She also said, "I ask that we please put this matter to rest for the well-being of my children and..."
Wow. So here we have it here. Darnell's wife, ex-wife, exchange wife, whatever you want to call it, is now taking back her statement. This incident happened about a year ago. The reason why we're replaying these videos is because he just pled guilty to the charges. And you're asking yourself, what charges? She said that he didn't do it. But if the state picked up these charges, it doesn't matter what her story is, because now they're going through with it based off of her first testimony. And now she is alleging that the police misinterpreted her words. So let me know in the comment section, Do you believe the wife's first statements or her second statements?
Family. Now, we reached out to the St. Matthews Police Department and the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office about these new claims. I actually just received this statement moments ago, hot off the press of the printer. The Commonwealth's Attorney's Office tells us that it has and remains the policy of the Attorney's Office that we limit our comment on open cases, but they say requests to amend, dismiss, or drop charges must be approved by the assigned prosecutor in every case.
Okay, so there you have it. They are saying that if they want to drop the charges or change the charges, that has to be done by the prosecutor. So even though the wife took back her statements, it may be too late. And I think that it definitely is because Darnell Superchef Ferguson pled guilty to those charges. And I am going to show you guys that particular video as well. This is a wild story with a bunch of twists and turns that just, it's a gift that keeps on giving, unfortunately. But let's get into this video and let's see what's going on here.
Taking a plea deal after being accused of assaulting and strangling his wife. A jury trial for Darnell Ferguson was supposed to begin today. Instead, he took a plea deal. Ferguson pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges of menacing and harassment. He was originally facing 7 charges, including burglary, strangulation, and assault. Now, as part
So the 7 charges we heard in the first video now turned into 2 charges, which is menacing and assault, and he had to plead guilty to that. So do you think that this is a fair trade-off for what was alleged here, or you think he should have took it to trial? I don't know.
of the plea deal, Ferguson will stay out of jail and will pay a $250 fine. The super chef told Wave after the ruling that he and his wife are ready to move past this incident.
Just happy to move forward with life. That's more or less anything. This was better than going to trial and the kids and the family, everybody just enduring through that process. So this was great for the family.
Wow, that is completely shocking. So he is back with the ex-wife, and that is how she looks. He is back with the ex-wife after everything that transpired. And if you notice, he said wife. So she went from being estranged wife to ex-wife to wife. Again, these two are back together, and this sounds like to me it is a very toxic relationship. And we will be keeping our eye on Darnell, but he is back with her. His 2 restaurants closed before this incident. And I did do a little bit of research on his restaurants. One of them closed due to a break-in and some equipment malfunctions. I'm not sure why the other restaurant closed, but there you have it. Darnell's wife accused him of some pretty heinous allegations. He later then pled to 2 counts. She took her story back and said it was all a lie, and now they are back together. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. And she is happy. And the father of her kids will now be back with her, right? This is what you guys wanted, right? No, I'm totally kidding. These 2 sound really toxic, and I'm a little bit afraid for him and for the kids. I don't know what happens now, but it's not really our business. I just wanted to share this story with you guys. Comment down below and let me know what you think about the wife taking her story back, then saying one thing happened, and then let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about Darnell Ferguson, Superchef, taking his ex-wife, and I guess they were never divorced, taking her back. And do you think Food Network will ever work with him again? Let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Back for time for tea, or I'll be in the kitchen cooking. Peace. I'll see y'all down in the comment section. Thank you for watching.